What is up, you guys? Josh here, back at it again today with a brand new YouTube video. Now, normally I like to have my green screen while I'm doing all this, so that way I can put an image behind you guys of sort of the character that I'm talking about, especially with the sort of cosplay breakdown and reviews. I do not have that with me right now at the moment. I'm in the middle of a move, especially with everything going on right now in the world. I figured that this is going to be the next best thing. It's kind of like when I first started out, I was pretty much just doing this, pointing a camera at my face and reviewing stuff that I was talking about with you guys. Today we're going to be talking about this, which is my Riddick cosplay, which is inspired by the anti-hero Riddick from the Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick movies, as well as Riddick. These are three movies that I happen to really like as well. Hopefully we'll get another movie with Vin Diesel in the future, especially after his last entry into the Fast and Furious franchise. We'll see if that happens, but in any case, I want to do this breakdown and review for you guys just because it's a fairly easy cosplay to do. You don't have to go out and spend that much money on stuff. All you have to do is buy sort of this black tank top as well as some black Wranglers. You could also go with brown because he does wear a pair of brown style ones in Riddick. But this is relatively easy. You don't have to spend that much money doing this. It's about $25 is what I spent for this overall cosplay. And basically I went to Target to get most of this stuff. The goggles itself I actually bought off of Amazon for like 11 bucks, or it's a little bit cheaper than that as well. So, it was overall relatively simple and easy and cheap. Cosplay to do. These shirts are actually called Goodfellow t-shirts. I got mine in size XL. I've tried the larges and they don't really fit me that much. They're kind of tight and stuff like that, so I had to go out and actually buy an XL. And those fit me well just because I'm a size 46 in terms of chest size. You pretty much have to buy what's best for you. But I tried the larges in the past, they didn't really fit me that well, so that is why I eventually went out and bought sort of the XL tank tops. I do have a Rambo cosplay, which I'm going to be using this tank top for as well. It's pretty easy, just utilize the same shirt and the same pants, which I've got here. And you just, tie a black sort of bandana, and then you got your sort of Rambo cosplay. Maybe I'll do a breakdown of that in the future as well, maybe with my better setup once I finally have it. But like I said, I've been in the middle of the move, so I haven't really been able to do that for you guys, unfortunately. I do like sort of the higher video quality than shooting on my iPad, but, for me personally, I like the sort of, grounded reality sort of style filming that shooting on this iPad does provide me. The glasses, I just went on Amazon. They're like black bug-eye glasses. They're relatively cheap, all things considered. You can go out and buy sort of more movie accurate ones. The only thing that I noticed that's different about these glasses compared to sort of the Riddick Pitch Black glasses and the Chronicles of Riddick, because the lenses are a little bit smaller than sort of the in-universe Riddick goggles, but personally speaking, they're relatively steampunk. They look kind of like the ones that he wears in the films, and they're relatively cheap, so I figured if I ever need more, I can obviously go buy some more in the future. Now the knives, I don't have a set of Riddick knives that he does have in the film. There is a shop in Minneapolis at the Mall of America that does sell sort of the Riddick knives, so maybe in the future I'll actually go out there and buy those, and maybe I'll review those for you guys on the channel when I go to the Mall of America and eventually do buy those Riddick Pitch Black sort of knives and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool and something to add to make this cosplay look a little bit better. Obviously there's other places online that I could go to that sell sort of the Riddick Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick knives that he does use in the films. I digress. I think that these work relatively well, especially with the fact that I'm going to be reviewing these movies in the future. It's really cool to be able to do these cosplays and do a fairly accurate Riddick cosplay, so that way when I review Pitch Black, when I review Chronicles of Riddick, I'm wearing sort of the in-universe stuff that Riddick would wear in the films. And this whole cosplay is relatively simple, all things considered. Like, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but if you wanted to, you could to make it work. Now I'm going to try these goggles on and show you just how cool they look with the goggles on. I post a couple images on my social media feed, just kind of show you guys kind of what my cosplay looks like with the goggles on. So I'm going to take off my glasses here, and I'm actually going to show you guys what the Riddick goggles look like on me. They're relatively normal material. It's just something that looks like, sort of a pair of, swimming pool goggles or something like that. These are supposed to be UV protection goggles, so maybe I'll wear them outside at some point and, try those on as well. Alright, now in the movies, Vin Diesel is bald. He doesn't have a full set of hair, so maybe in the future I could get like a bald cap or something of that nature, or actually shave my head. I don't know, I don't think I'd probably look good with a shaved head, but I digress. I think that this looks relatively accurate and pretty good in terms of a Riddick cosplay. There really isn't that much of a difference between the Pitch Black goggles and the Chronicles of Riddick goggles and these ones. The only difference is, like I said before, that the lenses are very small. These look like something that could be in universe, that could be, on sort of a film set, or could be utilized in the future for a future Riddick film. So I'm not too worried about it. I definitely think that these are eye-catching, that if you're wearing these with sort of the black tank top and the black pants, or even brown pair of pants like Riddick tends to wear in sort of the Riddick films. I think you're going to get noticed. I think this is definitely going to be a conversation starter. It's definitely going to look fairly accurate in terms of a costume or a cosplay or sort of something you're doing for Halloween. But, you know, it was overall pretty darn simple, pretty darn easy to do. It was relatively cheap and easy to purchase for. Didn't spend more than $25. I went to Target a couple times and bought the goggles off of Amazon, and voila, you know, the Riddick sort of cosplay is done. Hopefully you guys like this. I'm definitely going to be utilizing this in the future, especially when I review Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick, and maybe even the Riddick movie at some point in the near future. I do have all those movies on Blu-ray. They're some of my favorite, you know, science fiction action movies of all time. So I definitely intend to utilize the costume at some point in time in, you know, the near future. Hopefully you guys like this cosplay breakdown and review. Hopefully you guys like sort of this whole Riddick getup that I have going on here. You know, if you have sort of the tank tops yourselves as well as the black cargo pants, you're pretty much set to go. It's a relatively easy cosplay to do. You don't have to, like I said before, spend tons of money. But if you have the money for it, you obviously can get a more screen accurate version of the Riddick cosplay. But, you know, I think that this looks pretty darn good, and on a budgetary friendly cosplay breakdown, I think it works for my purposes. So let me know in the comment section down below. Are you going to be trying sort of this Riddick cosplay yourself? Are you going to go out and sort of buy sort of the materials that you need for it? Are you a cosplayer? You know, what kind of cosplays are you attempting to do in the future? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.